Hi, my name is Kelly Amos and I'm a fitness and nutrition specialist. And today for your tiny health tip, I want to talk to you about the glycemic index and the glycemic load. And this is kind of a long conversation, so I only want to tell you a little bit about it today, and then I'll tell you a little bit about it another day. But basically what the glycemic index is it's a measurement of carbohydrates on how quickly they elevate your insulin levels. So basically how quickly that glucose or that sugar can get into you. Hi, Ginger. I miss you, Ginger. How quickly your insulin levels are raised. So low, if it's low on the glycemic scale, it's 0 to 54. If it's medium on the glycemic scale, it's 55 to 69. And if it's high, it's 70 or above. So the higher it is, the faster when you consume that food, the faster it's going to get in you and elevate your insulin levels. So high glycemic food is considered bad, and so that's one of the things. Hi, Sean. That's one of the things that you want to pay attention to. Well, it's not all bad, and it can get kind of confusing because the glycemic load actually some people think is a more accurate. Well, it is a more accurate way to look at how it's going to impact you, because the glycemic load takes into account not only the quality of the carbohydrate but also the quantity. So the glycemic index is based on a scale of 50 grams, and that's what you're consuming, and there are other things that could be going on. Maybe you haven't eaten all day and the first thing that you put into your body is a cookie. Well, that's going to spike you up. Well, what if you just had dinner and you then eat your cookie? There's other stuff in there to slow down the impact of it. So just paying attention to the glycemic index alone as far as a weight loss plan is probably not a good idea. For some, yes. I mean, it kind of depends on where you are, so I kind of want to back up just a little bit. But what you need to be considering is the quality of the food that you're eating, because potato chips have a lower glycemic index than oatmeal does, or green peas. So looking at the quality of it, as well as when you're training or exercising, looking at the timing. So for me, if I'm going to have a banana in a day and some berries are low in the glycemic index and a banana is medium. So I'm going to eat my banana maybe right before or right after I work out, because my body is primed, my muscles are primed to take on that glucose then. Versus if I wait longer, then having that higher glycemic food, my body isn't going to use it as well. So I would be better to have my berries later because they're lower on the glycemic scale. So you can eat, some of us can continue to eat the same foods, but just by putting them in different spots, that can help us either have more energy for our training session or recovery, or help with weight loss. So you can't just look at what the number is. And what is really important also is the amount of fiber that's in there, because fiber is going to slow it down. So that's why when you have refined foods, that's stripping away vitamins and minerals and the other nutrients, but also eliminating the fiber, which is going to have an effect. How acidic it is. So a piece of wheat bread versus a piece of sourdough bread, the acid in it, adding a little bit of lemon to something to make it a little bit more acidic would be good. So on your fruit salad, squeezing some lemon would have an effect on it. So there again are a lot of different things that will have an impact. How processed your food is, and how ripe your fruit is. A riper banana has a higher glycemic impact, or it's higher on the scale than a less ripe banana. So there's again a lot of different things that you can consider. I see quite a few of you on here right now that I think are people that would have questions about this. So if anybody has a question and has fast thumbs or fingers, and I'll just kind of hang out here for a minute and ramble. You also, looking at the number of sugar grams on something and how much fiber it is, that's something to help too. I drink Shakeology every day, and it is low on the glycemic scale. It only has 6 grams of fiber and 6 sugars, but I know that the sugars are all natural, and So it's not going, that's the reason it's lower on the scale there. I'm not seeing any questions coming in. So I was going to do a recipe, but I didn't have all the stuff. So that's going to happen when I go to the grocery store. Share away, and I will see you tomorrow. And thanks for tuning in.